Nearly done something a bit wrong then. Good evening, everyone. Welcome along to our little Tuesday night show. We're just waiting for the radio people to join us in about 40 seconds, and I shall be with you then. Fam. All right. Hello, Charlie. Yes, Charles is my sister's husband's sister's daughter's son. So yes, we are related there. Just thought I'd mention that, just in case you thought he was a pretend type person, boys and girls. Okay. Do you know I haven't got the jingles ready? Oh, quickly. There it is. That was nice and quick. I think that's the right one anyway. Fingers crossed it's the right one. Okie doke. Here we go, gang. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Night Live on Reach On Air. Oh, we should have had a jingle there. Here it comes. Here it is. Here it is.
Chris Reardon, Tuesday night, Reach On Air.
I do hope that's not the state of things to come this evening. I'm a bit butterfingers this evening. Well, good evening to you, gang. What a vile day it's been here. Rain has been on and off. And was disappointed. It's the only decent rain that we've had for some time. We've had a little bit at night time, but I really didn't want it today because after my little radio show this morning here at Reach On Air, Monday to Friday, 9 till 10 o'clock in the morning, music and chat. It's great fun. Do come and join us. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Don't be late. Charlie, take a day off from school. Yeah, take a day off. Just go into school tomorrow. A little bit later, sorry I'm late, I was listening to Chris Reardon on the radio. They're bound to know me. I'm sure I will be recognised, just like my sister is. Whenever she goes out now, she is recognised. And she does selfies, and she does autographs, and I never get recognised. The only thing I've had this week is a lady, who was it? Just a minute, are those shelves out of alignment? Just a minute. Is it how I'm sitting here? It looks like the shelves are like that. Must be the way I'm looking at them. Hang on a minute. Well, that's very odd. Hang on a minute. I'm just looking at... They look a bit... They kind of look like they're leaning to one side. Don't say that's coming off the wall, is it? It won't be the first time something's fallen off the wall in here. You know my DIY, boys and girls. You know my DIY. Anyway, back to the story. I can't remember what I was telling you now. Oh, yeah, so the lady in church. The only time I've been recognised this week is after I've been playing the organ at church. And Rita from the church, who we love very much, she's great. She will tell me if I've made a mistake. Oh, couple of wrong notes today, wasn't there, Chris? Oh, thanks, Rita. I really appreciate that. Do you know, she's great, Rita. And she said, oh, I like the twiddly bits you did between the verses. Because sometimes you get little twiddly bits like that when you're playing. You know, for example, like Colours of Day. We go, duh, it finishes off, duh, 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 and I'll go, dee, 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 Colours of Day. That one, yeah? There's a reason I'm singing little things like that today. I'll come to it. Don't rush me. Don't rush me. Now, just to let you know, there's many ways of contacting the show. You can use the Reach On Air message system, which works fantastically. If you're listening on a smart speaker or something like that, use the Reach On Air message system and you've got a computer close by. If you haven't got a computer close by and you're listening on a smart speaker, you can text the show. I have an exclusive text number. I'm going to give it to you in a moment. Stand by, boys and girls, with your pens and papers, and I'll let you know the number shortly, okay? Also, you can send a message on TikTok as well, and I'll use one of those methods to collect your messages. So once again, use the Reach On Air message system, number 1. Number 2, use the text. Number 3, use TikTok. And on the YouTube chat box, I'll pop in and out of there, but sometimes I miss your messages in there because there's so many coming through, okay? So whatever method you want to use. Or, of course, Facebook Live, that always comes up on the screen in front of me as well. So the reason I didn't want it to rain today, after the show, I went up to the swimming pool and I walked up there and they said, oh, it's going to rain at 11 o'clock. Well, it was 10 past 10 and I thought, no, that's all right. I'll be at the swimming pool at 10:30 until about 11:40. So I'll have missed it by then. And indeed, I had my little swim And out I went, and I came back out again and walked home, and that was fine. But I had to take my car in for a service. Now, the service is actually tomorrow morning, 8:30 tomorrow morning I'm booked in. But it's just a complete and utter pain to get there at that time of day. Number one, I'm doing stuff in the morning, i.e. my little radio show at 9 o'clock. In the morning. I don't like to miss that unless I absolutely have to. I really don't like to miss that. So there's that. But even if I'm not doing that, it means you've got to get up early, you get the car out the garage, you've got to join the morning traffic, and I can't stand it. So I discovered I can drop it in the afternoon before and leave them with the keys. Happy days. Except it started raining, right? And my only way back was either walk or bicycle. It's a long walk, good hour to walk back from the car garage. So I thought I'll put my bike in the back of the car, and it's not a massive bike. Just bikes are awkward to put in cars, aren't they? Unless you're one of those people that's got that blooming roof rack on the back or on the back bumper or something like that. And you don't want to be shelling out money for that if you're going to use it like just once every time you go and do the car servicing. I mean, if you're going away on like camping things and cycling expeditions and all that, then yeah, buy these frames and things like that. But just for now and again, you don't want that. So I've got the blooming towel door open like that. Zzz, up it goes on my little on my spaceship that I fly around. I don't have a car, Charlie. I have a spaceship. I have a spaceship. Yes, I think even Captain Scarlet, bam 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 bam, has been in my spaceship at some point. Not sure if he has or not, but he might have done. Anyway, so I'm opening this, the door's open now, and I'm trying to get this bike in. And the problem is, of course, you don't want to damage the car, because the plastic inside car is so fragile. I mean, you don't smash it. It's so easily marked. So I have got like an old duvet down in the back of the car for instances like this. Maybe you've gone to the garden centre, you've picked up a couple of bags of earth or something like that. Chuck them in the car. You don't want to... There's always muck on it, isn't there? You don't want that in the car. So I've got that down there anyway. So I'm struggling in the car with this thing. And it's not like a really expensive bike that I've got. But the bike I've got is about 25 to 30 years old now. I remember buying it all those years ago. It was 350 quid, which is nothing now to spend on a bike. But it's not like a professional bike. Therefore, it's a little bit on the heavy side. Not like fiberglass bike. You don't want one of those. Anyway, got it in eventually, and I'm driving there, and it's pouring down with rain. I thought, oh, I've got to cycle home and all this. I did have like a yellow, plastic cycling thing on as well. So I had that on. So I'm trying to keep dry. I was in the car, and I got to the car place. Right, get this. Now, I don't know if you're going to remember this story or not. I'm about to tell you in a moment. And I got in the car place, and the delightful Suzanne is there. She's the lady. She's like the welcoming party as you go in to Toyota in Bracknell. It's called Jemca, Jemca. So I go in there, and hello, Chris. How are you? What are you here for today? So I'm just dropping my car in for service tomorrow. And then we start chatting away, and we talk about all sorts of things. She's very much into veganism and all that. She tells me all about that and what have you, and how her family is, and we're talking about all sorts, really. And then I discover, do you remember, right, about 2 months ago, I told you that I'd gone into Toyota to speak to the salesman there, right, on the subject of... I had rung them 3 times asking for a specific piece of paper, a sales document, which my accountant was asking for. It was the last piece of paper he needed to complete my accounts for the year, right? Because I always get my accounts done really early. They need to be done by the 31st of January or December, one of those two. Mine are done by now. They're done. All out of the way. I know how much I'm going to have to pay in January and next June. That's how far ahead I go. So you can prepare for that. So many people all over the place, they leave it to the last minute. I know people who do their tax stuff on Christmas night because they've left it so long. And it's just, I can't be doing that. bits of paper all over the place for the whole year. No. And I do mine as I go along, right? Usually, as a receipt comes in, I'll enter it onto the computer, save it, put the receipt in an envelope here. For example, this. See? Look at all those receipts in there. Okay? So that's April, May and June in there. And next April, this, among with all the other ones, will be sent off to the accountant with my computer printer, and he works out how much you have to pay and all that. Happy days. You know exactly where you stand, right? So I usually do that. But he was waiting for this one piece of paper, and I phoned up. Oh yeah, okay, we'll get so and so to do that for you. And I'm like, well, don't ask him because he never returns. He never returns phone calls or emails. This particular bloke, this salesman there. Now, I've bought several cars from him, and he's always been like that. Once you got the money, it's impossible to get a reply from an email or a phone call out of it. And I've let it go for years. Generally, if I'm a little bit annoyed by something, I don't jump down someone's throat. I'll let it go, and I let it go, and I let it go, and I just let things go. But sometimes there's a little switch kind of goes on inside me, and I think, nah, that's the last time you do that. And that's what happened. Because my accountant, who's a lovely, lovely, lovely man, really nice man, he's up in Bonnie, Scotland, and he wanted this piece of paper. Right? So it was on the Friday, and I never managed to speak to him on the phone. Always someone else, you know, who would pass on the message. So you pass on that message as well as the emails from me. So 2 ways of getting to him, right? But he never, ever replies. Anyway, I won't go too much more into that story, except to say I went down to the Toyota and I saw him and I told him what I thought of him and that he'd never, ever sell me another car again. And all the old crap comes out. Oh, I can only apologise. I said, no, you can't apologise. I'm not interested. This has gone on for years. But now I'm fed up with it and you're not going to sell me another car. Anyway, so that's that. So today I've gone in there and said, oh, she said, you know, David's left. I said, has he? She said, yeah. I said, well, what happened there then? Because he's been there years. Don't know, and none of the sales team will talk about it. And, you know, I hope that wasn't me. And I mean that. Wouldn't want anyone to get sacked, okay? I hope that wasn't me, but I don't think I was the only one. You know, what amazes me is our salespeople, they go all out to get new customers. And this is the same with insurance companies and all sorts. They go all out to get new companies, but they never try and hold on to the old ones properly. And all I wanted was a piece of paper. That's all I wanted. Anyway, so he's gone. Unlucky, just how it is. So, dropped my car in, and then this rain weren't going to stop. It wasn't too bad, to be honest, and I cycled back. That was hard work, cycling. That was really hard work cycling back. I don't know why I found it hard work. Maybe because I haven't been on the bike very often. Possibly. I do a lot of walking now rather than cycling. And I have a little bit of a dodgy knee. One of my knees on the left-hand side, on the side, it hurts quite a lot. Or starts hurting while I'm cycling. So it might be something to do with that. But anyway, got back here, dried myself off, went to bed, and here I am now, chatting away to you after my little afternoon sleep, all right? I'm going to read some of your messages out. We've got loads to talk about tonight. Hello to, let's have a look. Noah, evening to Noah, who says, just stop rain. He wants to form a little left-wing group, didn't you? There, you'd be very good at that. Have you got an outfit? Actually, my very good friend Carl, Posh Twink Carl, can help you out with an outfit if you've got one. If you want to join one of those little lefty group type things, you know, Just Stop Oil. Just Stop. I'm watching a video of them today, actually. It was, I can't remember what the title was now, but it was basically people who broke through Just Stop Oil. There was this stag do, apparently, that pretended to be on their side and then nicked all their signs and run down the road with them. Another woman in a car who kind of edged forward. and stuff like that. But yeah, little Carl can help you out with an outfit for Just Stop Rain. He says, from 7 a.m. to midnight, we need to sit outside the Met Office and protest. Where is the Met Office now? That used to be here in Bracknell, where I am. I don't know where that is now, because they moved some years ago, didn't they? The old Met Office there. All right, thank you there. Good evening to Jacob this evening. Welcome along to Jacob. Texting in, there is Shania on the Isle of Wight. Evening, Shania. Stay with us, Shania. An article for you tonight. You're going to enjoy this tonight. And good evening to the delightful Mark Bowles and his grey tracksuit. My hero, Mark. You're my hero. I don't know the rest of that. You always get people badly singing out of the karaoke. Oh, it's awful. Dreadful. Okie doke. Hello, and thank you very much, Charles. All right, Charlie has sent me a rose. People can send me little gifts occasionally on TikTok and YouTube. You can send a super chat if you want. There's a PayPal thing as well. Hang on, shall I stick that up for you today? Now and again, I've got about £11 in the kitty at the moment. There you go. Well, it's a start. It's a start. My sister laughs when I tell her that, but there we go. All right, thank you to John for sending me some weights. I have been lifting weights. I don't seem to be doing much. And Vera for her 5 garden gnomes this evening. Evening to Posh Twink Carl. Good evening to you. Good evening, Vera. John Allensby's there. Evening, John. Dan Woodhouse is there. Good evening to you. John says, chairs, Chris Reardon in the morning, reach on edge. You like that, don't you? We can't play that one now, I'm afraid, because it's not the morning. People will be confused. Absolutely. They will be confused, my dear. You know what people are like? They see something, when that calendar's wrong, they go mad. Vera was wetting herself this week because there was a wrong date on there. Bless her heart, love. My very good friend Vera, from, of course, Vera's Choice in the morning. Thank you, John. I'm glad you love the show there. All right. Let's just scroll down there a little bit and get these things. We're going to talk about school bangers tonight. School bangers. Now, I use the word bangers. I'm not really on that word, to be honest. But this is what the term for it is now, apparently. School bangers, which means school tunes. More of that in a moment, okay? You're going to enjoy this. John says Vera is the best, reject the West. Oh, you make her sound like a tin of tuna now, love. The fish that John West... Oh, no, it don't sound right. I take that back. Sorry, Vera. Where are we going? Let's just scroll down there. Evening to Roy Stone. Did you see Daniel earlier? No, didn't see Daniel earlier. Was he doing a show then? Was he doing a show as well there? Mike Kahneman. Evening, Mike. He got soaked as well coming home today. Are you on a bike at all, Mike? Are you on a bike? I have transport news as well tonight. It's all very exciting. I've got so much to tell you. Scrolling down there. I beg your pardon. Carl is with Extinction Rebellion. I don't think they do the laying down in front of the cars. Not quite sure what they do, but it's got a lovely little red outfit. It's very, very nice indeed. Very nice indeed, all right? No, I'm sorry, Vera. It just came out, love. I don't mean to say things like that, darling. Carl, never done that, but he knows the protests. He distributes Shell's AGM meetings. Do you mean disturbed Shell's meetings, or you distributed shells to people, which is a lovely thing to do, you know? I mean, we've all been there, Carl, collecting shells on the seaside. Yes. Where is your favourite seaside? We might have time to do that as well today. Seasides. Carl is collecting shells and giving them out. How lovely. Little shells. And some of them are so delicate, aren't they? You know those little long ones that are very brittle? Do you remember collecting shells, Carl? Perhaps you'd like to come to a beach with me and collect some shells, you know. Pardon? No, dear. No, not Torremolinos. No, dear. No, not Benidorm. No, God's sake. No, somewhere like the beach on Tel Aviv. I tell you what, Carl, you'd be very popular on there with the lads. that is the place for you to go. Tel Aviv. Absolutely. God, wouldn't be able to walk after that. Disrupted. I beg your pardon. The word was disrupted, was it? Evening to Fran Green. Darren's there. Evening to Darren Askew. Evening to you, sir. Hello to you. Jacob, can I be a guest on your show? Well, we'll be opening the phone line a little bit later, Jacob, if you want to join in there. Okay? A little bit later on, we have a phone number for you to join in with. Okay, Jacob? So stand by for that. Not quite yet, a little bit later. Noah says, I'm no fan of the lefties. They are from another planet. Yeah, when we say lefties, we don't mean people who vote Labour. That's not what we mean at all. Okay? They're just on another planet altogether, some of them. Actually, Carl's a bit like one. He's a bit more green than left, though, which is kind of going in that direction. You know, I have to keep a little eye on him to make sure he doesn't swing too far to the left. I mean, I don't know if Carl is one of those lefty type people who's hoping to become pregnant at some point. I don't know. Seems to be getting a lot of practice, to be honest. Noah says, I'm voting reform. There's a poem Valentine's one. Labour are red, Tories are blue. Neither of them give a stuff about you. I like that. I like that because that's bang in the middle. Very, very good, Noah. Very good. Right, popping onto the other chat box there. Let's see. Let's go from the bottom there. Jason's there. Jason says the best stop oil one was the one with some bloke chucked milk all over them. Oh, he's so cruel, isn't he? Yeah. Carl says vote green. And we're not doing a party political broadcast tonight, Carl. Or anyone else come to that. All right, keep it down, lads, keep it down. Hello to the lovely Mandy Davenport. Evening to you, Mandy. Charlie, you're all over the place. YouTube, TikTok, you're everywhere, everywhere. All right. Weird City's there. Have you ever thought about electric bike? Oh, you're thinking ahead of me in my show, dear. You're thinking ahead. More of that later. Weird City, was it you who sent me this gift? Someone sent me a gift. I think it was you. I think it was you. Look, you can send me gifts. Look at this, look. And he has spent, I think it's you, is it? £4.19 to send this in the post. It's not even heavy. Isn't it a rip-off, isn't it, eh? £4.19. That's where you get to send stuff to if you ever want to send anything, all right? Only if you want to. Sometimes the stuff don't get to me. And he has sent me, for those of you listening, a puzzle. A cast marble level. It says disassemble and assemble puzzle. And I haven't opened the box yet. So I'm going to do that live on this worldwide famous radio show. So let's see what's in this. Because I don't know. It's got a couple of sealing bits on it. Hang on a minute. Oh, I do hate taking these off. You often break your nails on the thing. Let me come to my microphone so you can hear it, listeners. What is in here? So it's a little box about 3 inches long and 2 inches wide. Oh my God, Carl, it's got plastic in it. Very bad plastic. It all needs to be banned. Right, so it comes with a plastic, and in here is this instruction or is difficulty level? It's got tells you how to do it. And I've got to be honest. I think it was you. Was it Weird City? Was it Andrew? Let me have a look. Was it you? Yes, it was. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hi, Heidi. Evening, Heidi. Welcome to Heidi. Are you in the caravan at the moment? So here it is. Now, I've got to be honest with you, Andrew. I don't have much patience with stuff like this. So it may end up at my sister's because she would love this. And would you very much mind if I did that? Okay? I really don't have patience with things like this. So it's it's all metal. It's very well made. And it's like a ball in this square thing, which is like puzzles. And you see, right. And so, and you kind of pull it apart and do stuff with it. Thank you very much, Andrew. That's very kind of you. Do you mind if I give that to my sister? Because that ain't going to get used. I'm so sorry. I'll be honest with you. I just don't do stuff like this. Making puzzles and stuff. I'm just about to do Lego. And I'll be honest with you, those of you that watched the Lego train set videos that I did, I got fed up with that eventually. I did actually get fed up doing it. But you know there was an end to it, so it kept me going. Thanks ever so much, Andrew. I just won't do this. I don't see the point of it. Do you understand what I mean? When I do something, there's a point to it. There is no point to doing this at all, is there? And it's a lovely little puzzle there. Thank you very much, dear. My sister will love it. Is that okay? Do you mind? Please let me know. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Don't hate me, Andrew. In future, perhaps a £20 note. A lot cheaper to send that through the post, mate. It's called a huzzle. If you want to look it up on the internet, those of you listening, it's called a huzzle. HUZZLE. All right. Thank you, Andrew. He says it will take you months, Grandmaster level. Just fiddle now and then. I can't. It will sit on the shelf in the box. Much better, don't you agree, to give it to someone who's going to use it? My sister will love this. She will absolutely love this. Thank you very much there, Weird City, for kindly sending stuff there. Evening to Gary Ross. We said hello to Heidi this evening, didn't we? Andrew wants to know about electric bike. I'll come up to that in a moment, a little bit later. Mick Davenport with us. There's Ray Reynolds. Evening, Ray. Hello to Ray, who says, hi, Chris, hope you're well. I see the yearly special event at Woodall Spa is on this weekend with the Wartime Memories. Yes, my friend Carl Evans plays the ukulele there every year, and I will be up there actually Sunday night. I'm going to be up there Sunday night, not Monday night, Saturday night, because I'll be working Saturday night. Do you mind if I just turn my cold air on? It's a bit warm in here now. I'll be going up Saturday night straight after work, so I will be there Sunday. Now, the main thing kind of happens on the Saturday, to be honest, right? But there is stuff still happening on Sunday, so I will see a little bit of it, and I'll see if I can keep an eye out for your friend Kyle. All right. Evening to Mark Jones. He's in the house this evening. Let's have a look. Is that everyone? I think it's everyone's checked in. Ian Donaldson. Good evening to you, Ian. And built in Scotland, Mick in the house as well this evening. If you're wondering, thank you, Weird City. It can drive this puzzle. Andrew sent it. That's Weird City. It can drive a person crazy. I spent weeks and sent it to you. I won't even try it once. Honestly, it's just not for me. Puzzles like that. But as I say, my sister will love it, and I'll see if I can do a little video of all doing it and possibly put it up on my Facebook wall there. Okay, thanks for your text there, Gary. All right, lovely jubbly. Is that everyone's messages? Yeah, that's everyone's messages so far. Fantastic. Okay. Jacob, do you play music and talk or just talk? I play music and talk. In fact, Jacob, there's a little song coming up in a moment. As always, gang, if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook Live, you won't get the music everyone else gets, okay? If you want to listen to the proper music, join us on reachonair.com, or on TikTok, and there you get the proper music. I'm going to play you something now, my darlings, okay?
Now come on the ground, everybody's looking for you now. And they're hunting you down in your own town. They're trying to chase you out, and who knows what you've done now. Yeah, you look a little thin, I bet you run quick. Reach down to block 26, they'd never go for it. Hold your breath for the countdown, yeah, it starts now. I'll tell you when to let go of it.
take control and be the DJ. Now, with over 15 years of unique radio broadcasting, Reach on Air.
It certainly is. Welcome back, YouTubers. Heidi says she's in Louth at the moment. Oh, that's a nice part of the world. Lovely garden centre there, Heidi. Have you been? They do the most wonderful Christmas decoration. Not at the moment, obviously, but nearer to Christmas, they have this massive display, little models and trains going. Oh, I love it. We go every year. I love it. Thank you, Heidi. She's in Louth at the moment, hoping to get to her caravan in the next few weeks, because Heidi has a caravan very near mine. We're both on the same site. They're very busy with work, sorting trips, going to Norway to our cottage soon. She's got property all over the place. Oh, she's rolling in money, Heidi. But I can't understand why she's got a caravan, to be honest. Property all over the place. Can't wait. Well-needed R&R and lots of fishing. Family 5-year reunion. About 100 of us meet. Oh, my God, that would do my head in. I can't have too many people in the room at the same time. It does my head in. I'm sorry. Thank you, darling. All right. LaBelle's with us. She's in New York. Good evening to you, LaBelle. And someone else in America this evening is the lovely Glenda. Good evening to Glenda, who lets us know, Mr. England, it's Independence Day in the USA today. Happy 4th of July. I'm just trying to think of the national anthem now. Da 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 da. There you go, a little bit of your national anthem. You see how patriotic I am for you. All right, thank you, darling. And thank you to Charles for my TikToks and the 2 little baby foxes. Oh, I have foxes here. A couple of them come in my garden. Heidi says, I wish I was rolling in it. It's always those ones, isn't it? The ones that say they haven't got anything. They're the ones who've got no cash. And they don't tell you anything. Oh, dear. Hello to Mark J. He's in the Harlech television area, in the HTV television area. Good evening to you, Mark, who says, evening, Chris. You'll have to refer to me as Mr. President now. He's officially appointed the president of Abigail Rotary Club. Rotary Club. Don't they do good things for people, the Rotary Clubs? Don't you, seek out and do good things for people? I don't know. And Mark Bowles is just sending me one of these messages. He's a lovely man, Mark. He's my hero. He's my hero. I've done that already, anyway. He says apparently he's standing there at no moment with nothing but a towel on. Oh, it's like being in chariot sauna, Mark. Hope you have a nice time there, my love. Oh, apparently a baby fox is called a kit. I didn't know that. Baby fox, fox, baby fox. No, that's the wrong one, isn't it? That was baby shark. Oh, I'm so awful. Do you know, my great nieces and nephews used to love that song, Baby Shark. I said to them once, oh, it's so cruel. I said, do you know Baby Shark? And they're like, yeah. I said, he's dead. Actually, Harry just laughed. He thought it was very funny. Anyway, you have a nice time at your party, Heidi. It's at the main farm. Oh, my God, she's got a property in Norway, a farm, a caravan. I mean, the list is endless. Are you renting out Buckingham Palace to His Majesty King Charles as well, my love? Dear me. Natalie's there as well. She don't like Baby Shark. Neither do I. I don't want to be anywhere near a shark. Thank you very much. Baby shark, bang, shark. Yeah, that one, yeah. Thank you. Jacob says you have a nice and funny personality. Oh, it's all put on. Don't worry about that, Jacob. As soon as I finish, I'm a miserable git. I just walk around the house talking to myself because I'll be honest with you, Jacob, I've discovered over the years that I am my best conversationalist. You know, if I have a conversation with someone else instead of myself, I don't find it as interesting. Is that strange? Do you find that? Anyone else find that? You know, when you're talking to yourself at home, it's much more interesting than actually listening to someone else droning on and on. You know, Charlie loves foxes. They're so cute. They are. Don't get near one. It might eat you. Can't be eaten. And by the way, Charlie, excuse me, is it your bedtime? No, 10 o'clock's your bedtime, isn't it? Your sister's 9, isn't it? I went to see Charlie and his sister and their mum last week, actually. You may remember on here, Charlie sent me a £1 super chat. and I can't be having children sending me money. So I went and returned it, and we went out for a nice dinner as well, didn't we? I had pizza, and they had burgers, and we sat round his house, and they've got this little dog, and it's tiny. It's a chihuahua! A chihuahua! He goes like that all the time, this little chihuahua dog. Which is strange, because last time it really talked to me. Not this time. It wanted to eat me. Charlie's dog wanted to eat me. Well, I don't think it would have got much of me in its tiny little mouth. That's how it is, isn't it? And it's strange. Anyway, and then I went to stroke it, and I got a little growl out of it. I thought it was going to eat me, Charlie. Never mind. Charlie's got snacks for the show, so he's not going to miss a second tonight. Carl says, sharks are viviparous, meaning the young are alive in their eggs. Oh, no. Oh, God. I don't want to start talking about eggs and birthing practices and things like that on this show. That's not for my show. Try loose women, dear. Oh, don't they love to go on and on about their ailments on there? Oh, and that hello, my name's Janet Street Porter. Well, oh my God, how on earth did she ever get on the telly with that voice? Awful. Awful. Natalie doesn't like talking to herself. Why is that, love? You should talk to yourself a bit more often. You might find it more interesting than talking to your husband, to be honest. I know that Ross Patzelt talks to himself a lot, who's with us this evening. Good evening, Ross. He says, rather than us sending you money, can you please pay me £1 to tune in, dear? No! If I had to pay everyone £1 to tune in, I wouldn't have much money left, would I? Mind you, I could have more viewers and listeners, so that might be an option. Should I start paying people to talk to me? Will that help with the numbers? Oh, dear. Adam's there. Good evening, Adam. I love talking to myself 24/7. My friend Kyle and... is it Perf? P-E-R-F. Perf. That's an unusual name, Perf. Carl and Perf call me crazy, but it entertains me so much. Honestly, Adam, it's so much easier talking to yourself. You know, how many times you've been on... And like people like to have a row on the phone, don't they? And they have a row on the phone with you because you can't be there and hit them, innit? That's oh, dear. Jacob says, I don't usually eat eggs, but I love F2F salad. I don't know. What is that? F2F salad. I don't know what that is. Let me just type that into my Google. F2F salad. What on earth is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, look, 27 F2F ideas. I don't know what that is. Someone, can you tell me what that is, an F2F salad? Because I don't know what that is. Wow. Wow. Jacob's going to call in tonight. Yes, and good evening to Ross Patzelt. He's in the Anglia television area. Good evening, Ross, who says, good evening, what have I missed? Have you given away £1 million tonight? No, I haven't. I've got stuff to buy, mate. I've bought something today. Very excited. Very, very excited. Can you tell? I'm very excited. I've bought something today. He says, just got a load of... What are these? Nas two tyrums growing in my garden. What the hell are they? Well, I've never heard of those. Hang on, I'm going to have to type that into my Google as well and have a quick look. All right. Hang on a minute now. Hang on a minute. Incidentally, if you don't like the show, don't complain. Just go. We won't miss you. Oh, little orange and yellow. Oh, I like those. I think I've got some of those. Do they come back? Now, what does that mean, come back? Is that perennials or annuals? I can never remember what that means, perennials or annuals. My friend in the church, actually, Dorothy, she posted some pictures of her garden the other day. Oh, beautiful garden. Beautiful garden. She lost her husband a little while ago. And, you know, and I guess you find things to do when something like that happens. But, yeah, beautiful garden she's got. Beautiful. Ross says, lovely plant. Teachers are on strike again tomorrow, but we'll be on air. Well, I hope so. Make sure you do your show, Ross. And if your girl wants to go out, make her blooming well wait. Lock. Is it not a lock on the door so she can't get into your conservatory studio place? Yeah. Mark J, Rotary clubs do indeed do good things for the community, so I thought so. Carl sings to himself. Do you sing in the showers? Do you sing in the shower, Carl? Is that when you're in the shower on your own, or when you're in the shower in various other people's in various other people's houses at all, my love? Which is it? Vera talks to herself at work. I have to stop myself from shouting at rude customers. Or believe me, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them out there, isn't there, eh? She has a lot of trouble. She enjoys catching thieves. Well, she doesn't catch the thieves because she is there. I don't know how she does it. Vera works in a branch of Sainsbury's. Obviously, I cannot tell you where because I know what you like, autograph collectors. You'll be straight down there trying to collect Vera's autograph, aren't you? Oh, excuse me, are you Vera's choice in the morning? And she's saying a gruff voice, no. You know, pretending. And you don't really know Vera's voice unless she calls in sometimes to the show, which she does. You know. You don't know Vera's voice. Right? But Vera's got a knack of turning up at a place in the store just as someone's about to nick something. And she stands at the end, folds her arms, the what do you call them? The nicky? The thief. The thief picks up an item. I mean, I don't know because I don't thief from supermarkets, right? Right? They pick up an item from the shelf, right? And then look around and she's standing there. She folds her arms. She says, I'm watching. And they have to put it back again. You think I'm joking? She's got a knack of knowing who is about to nick. Yeah, and she's not even controlled by artificial intelligence. She don't need cameras everywhere scanning things. She knows. She knows. I'm not joking. She literally stands there, folds her arms. I'm watching you. Oh, dear. She's a very, very good friend of mine, Vera. She's just blooming fantastic. Charlie talks to himself at school for motivation. Oh, I know what you mean, Charlie. Ain't it a boring place, school? Oh, God, I can't tell you how bored I used to be there. Except I found science quite interesting. Science and biology. Music was quite nice. Did I really enjoy anything else? Not really. I don't think I did. I hated school. I went to a really good school. And apart from the learning, if you go to a good school, it turns you out better at the other end, you know? So, yeah, one of those things. Mick says, Mandy talks to me, but I often don't listen. I think you're asking for a clip round here, Mick. Mandy! Mandy! Mick's running you down here, my love. You know what to do, darling. Mandy, are you there, love? I think, Mick, yeah, your husband is running you down on the show in front of everyone else. I just wondered if you wanted to... there she goes. There you go. There you go. Mick's had a bit of a beating. Go on. Perennial means grow back each year. Thank you, Mandy. Well, I wish my hair was perennial then. Egg salad. That's what Jacob does. Thank you, Jacob. Egg salad. That's what that means. I did wonder what was it again? J2J, you said? I can't remember what it is. It's a few messages down as we've gone right down the bottom there. What was it he said? I can't. I love F2F salads. So that's an egg salad. He loves egg salad. There we are. Carl's there. He can confirm that Adam likes talking to himself. However, anything he says to anyone else can be nonsense. God, I know so many people like that. There might even be one or two of these people listening to the show tonight. I'm not mentioning names. People who start talking and you think, what on earth are you going on about? Do you know anyone like that? Do you know anyone like that? Ross wants to know, did I buy a giant Roman Kemp cardboard cutout? No, I didn't. Why would I want one of those? What can you do with a cardboard cutout? Eh? God's sake, man. Thank you. Adam went to Carl's garden and his plants were purple. Should I be concerned? No, not with plants. Oh, the purple ones with the little white flowers at the top. Very dangerous. You come up in big blisters. Can't remember what they're called now. Something like that. Jacob, what's your least favourite food? Mine is steak. Chinese, I'm afraid. Oh, the smell of it turns my stomach. And sushi. Oh, God. They sit there rolling around in that bleeding raw fish, don't they? Oh, no. And before you say it, I'm just waiting for someone to... Oh, you might like it if you try it. I did. I never forget, I was 16 years old. I was staying at this lovely man's house. There were 3 of us. We were in the Scouts and we were in America. And this man took us in for a week. And he did this big slap-up Chinese meal. I'd never had Chinese meal before. And there were so many courses. I couldn't believe how many courses there were. But that was apparently quite a normal thing with Chinese food. Anyway, I ate it and I thought, oh, okay. Then I went to bed and that night I got up. I was as sick as anything. And the smell, oh, I can't believe it. Fortunately, I don't think anyone woke up anyway. I quietly went into, I always remember, went into the toilet and closed the door and was sick down the toilet. And I never touched it again. The smell of it turns my stomach, Chinese food. Oh, it's awful stuff. I know it's very popular. My sister loves it. Adam says, trust me, I know loads of people who just waffle on about their life. I know what you mean, Adam. They do. All they seem to do is talk about their life and nothing else. Isn't it funny? It's like anyone would be remotely interested by someone else's life. Why would you? Exactly. I agree. He says, sometimes I'm sat in a call with Carl and all he does is talk about his life story. Dear. Thank you, Carl. Carl liked music, PE, science and English. Oh, PE, no thank you. Oh, God, no. No. Oh, that bleeding horse we all had to jump over. I don't know how the girls done it, to be honest. I'm surprised none of the lads done themselves damage as they were jumping over that blooming horse thing. You know, that's a part of the school apparatus. Yeah, Charlie don't like it either. Sushi makes me sick whenever I see or smell it. Oh, it's horrible. Ian Donaldson loves the sushi. Weird see Andrew doesn't like sushi. Never tried it, never will. No, I've never even tried it. I just look at it and I think, oh my God, how can anyone eat that when there's a nice, round, sugared, jam donut sitting in the shop window next to it? Thank you very much, Greg's the Bakers. Yes, please. 1 is not enough. A bag of 4, please. Thank you. Natalie enjoys the swimming at school there. Dear. Yeah, I knew it. Mick, Mandy's husband, Mick, is like that sometimes. He talks, but I've got no idea what's going on. There might be 1 or 2 people on here like that, you know, who talk and no one's got a clue what's going on. Anyway, perhaps one of them will ring up later. Evening to Paul Finicky. Evening to you, sir. Over on the text, Peter Lake's there in Woodall. Hello, Peter. All right. How's your mum tonight, darling? How's your mum? Peter says, I hope you're okay. From Peter in Woodall Spa. I like your shirt. Thank you very much. Mark Bowles. Janet Street Porter's got teeth like council bins. 1 green, 1 brown and 1 missing. I can't bear her. Oh, talk about lefty. Hello and welcome to Loose Women. And then you'll have that Denise Welsh crying her eyes out because she's just been dumped again or something like that. Oh, has anyone watched that programme? It's popular. It's been on air for years, hasn't it? Oh, I can't bear. And there's a good example of what Adam is saying there. People who just waffle on about their life. God awful. Vera, my neighbour, knocked on the door and offered me some sushi. I turned it down. Ah, well, that could be classed as rude, Vera. From Vera's Choice in the morning. I would have taken it and flushed it down the toilet. The problem there is, if you do what I just said, you've then got the worry that she's going to think you liked it and then bring you some more the next day. Do you eat sushi, Carl? Please don't tell me you eat sushi. I may have to dump you as a friend if you say yes. Natalie likes a cold curry. Nah! Cold curry. God! I have had a cold pizza before in the morning. Not recently, when I was younger. I used to go, when I worked for British Telecom, I only did this for about 3 months, and I was 25 at the time, and I used to come back from work. I'd go straight in the pub, get drunk, and then come home and have something horrible. Hello, Lee. Lee likes a cold Chinese. Oh, God, no. No, mate. We are liking some funny foods on this programme today. A cold Chinese meal. Oh, God. It's bad enough when it's hot. And yet, I quite like a pot noodle. Isn't that weird? I like a pot noodle. I don't know why that is. I've got nothing about the Chinese. I've got nothing against the Chinese at all. I think they're all right, actually. You know, I think there's a lot of, what do you call it, political money things going on all the time, where they say something about those people so that you don't buy their stuff and you buy their stuff. You know, do you know what I mean? I like all places, really. I like to go to all sorts of places. I've never been to China. I would like to go to China, specifically to go on the world's fastest train, which is maglev. It's no rows. It floats on magnets. 300, is it 400 kilometres an hour this train goes? I'd love to go on that train. There is also, and I've been watching this lady on TikTok, on a light rail system, which looks to me like a monorail, actually, which is also in China, and it goes around the top of all the buildings. I'd like to go on there as well. Yeah, but I'd have a problem with the food, you see. I don't know what I'd eat in China. I might have to just take bags of crisps and tins of baked beans. Carl's been to Hong Kong. Food was amazing there. What food did you have there? Vera's been to China 3 times. 3 times. Smoked salmon. Is that for Dan Woodhouse? Do you like that, do you, Dan? Smoked salmon? Vera says a friend of mine fell asleep in his curry. You should see the colour on his face. Peter Lake likes a cold pizza. The next day, yeah. Mum's there. Hello, Mum. Oh, is she watching us as well, Peter? Am I on your telly today? Hello, Bernie. If she's watching up there in Woodhall Spa. Where are we? We're over there at the moment. Just a second. Read these messages. Andrew, a doner kebab. Oh, no. No doner kebabs. You've no idea what's going around on that thing. Dead rats, horses, everything. Oh, Heidi, tofu. I'm not a fan of tofu, actually. Soya's all right. Because you can make soya into any old flavour, can't you? Any old flavour that you want. Really? Fancy falling asleep in your curry. Hello to the Lincolnshire people up there. All right. Mick Davenport. Garlic snails. Oh, Mick. Have you seen them eating those snails? They've got this little shell and they're picking them out with a bleeding toothpick. Oh, it must be like eating snot. People who eat oysters. Snot. Wait, I mean, here's an oyster. Here's a quick impression of swallowing an oyster. Ready? Listen carefully. That has got to be like eating an oyster. Listen, I don't care, mate. I don't care. Adam likes vinegar on pancakes. Well, he's got some sort of mental issue there, hasn't he, Kyle? Vinegar on pancakes? You can't be real. Only thing you should have on pancakes is lemon and sugar. Oh, don't! Now you've got me thinking, because they do those in Aldi. You don't even have to put eggs and things in. They come in a packet. Very bad. Tell them, Carl. Very bad. Plastic packet made of oil. Just stop oil. Ian wants to know, is tofu a martial art? Do you know who does martial arts? My nephew, great nephew Harry does that. He's 8. Is he 8 or 9? No, he's still 8 at the moment. I can't think what it's called. It's not kung fu. Some other blooming jitsu. What's it called? What's the? There's a kung fu type. I don't know what you call that now. A kung fu type thing. That's incorrect, isn't it? There's a martial arts thing, isn't there? Not karate. No. All the kids do it. All the kids do it. It's not karate. No, not jiu-jitsu, Dan. It almost sounds a little bit rude, that, doesn't it? If you want rudeness, ask Mark Bowles. Mark Bowles says, Ali, anything off your sweat? Oh, no, I can't read that, Mark, darling. You are naughty, dear. Evening to Matt Joplin. Hello to you. Matt and Dan. They're away for my birthday in Bournemouth. Is it your birthday today, Matt? How old are you? You must be getting on a bit now, aren't you, my love? Do you know what amazes me, Matt, is how someone who's like 15 years younger than me manages to look so much older. How do you do that, Matt? That's years of practice, isn't it? Years of practice. That's the old bottle and the smoking, my love. And the other stuff that I happen to know you do. That's what does it. It's making you look old. Not like my Mark Bowles. Always will look like a young lad. He's 37 or 8, one of the two. Perfect man for me. Perfect man. Batsy Bob's here. Good evening, Batsy Bob, in the Thames and London weekend television area, who says, it's past your bedtime. You feeling all right? No, we always do this on a Tuesday night. Every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, my friend, 9 till 11. Unless something else happens. Just to let you know, last Tuesday, of course, I was up at the Luxury Waterside Media Centre in Lincolnshire, otherwise known as my caravan. Okay, we were all set to do a show, but I couldn't get the phone working. And it got a bit late, so I cancelled the show, and then I managed to get the phone working. The phone comes, it's a different audio out, right? And it was working, but it was coming out the same audio as everything else. And it turns out that the socket in the back of the computer was damaged, but I discovered a little too late there is an identical socket in the front of the computer. And when I plugged into that, it all worked. So we should be all right for that next week. Might not be on YouTube. We'll be on Reach on Air and TikTok. Might not be on YouTube. So if we don't appear on YouTube, try one of those two, okay? Always, you'll get the best audio experience by tuning on to Reach on Air. Carl says, is it Tai Chi? No, Taekwondo. Taekwondo. Now, that sounds about right, Vera and Fran. I think it's Taekwondo. Taekwondo, that's how you say it, isn't it? Taekwondo. Mark says, must control yourself. Yeah, but only while you're on your own, love. That when you turn up here, Mark, don't try and control you. Just let yourself go completely. I will do the controlling. Okay? Thank you, Mark. We could have a lovely life together, you and me, Mark. I don't know what's wrong with you, love. It's almost like you're straight. I don't understand. I really don't. Ian used to do karate. He got to brown braces. What's that? It's not brown braces. Brown belt it is. Gary Ross has got a black belt. Oh, that's handy, Gary. You know, when I become an international megastar, you know, bigger than, I don't know, Rylan Clark. I mean, who is he? You know, who's Rylan? Bigger than Rylan Clark. When I become that, you could be my bouncer. Oh, no, you can't. Mark Bowles is my bouncer. Mark Bowles is going to be my bouncer. Mark, will you need any help from Gary Ross? Because he's a black belt in karate. Or can you handle people on your own? I got a feeling you can handle people on your own, and that is your biggest asset, my friend. All right. Let's have a look here. Batsy Bob, is this like your morning, but in the evening? Do you play Vera's Choice? No Vera's Choice tonight, I'm afraid. And Derek's there. Good evening, Derek. It's Taekwondo that you were talking about with your nephew. Great nephew, actually. Yeah, so great nephew. Thank you very much. Jacob says, would you rather be on a radio show or keep doing what you're doing right now? What do you mean by that? Because I'm doing a radio show now, aren't I? Is this... do you mean, would I rather be doing a radio show every day instead of the karaoke? Because I do both. It works for me. I wouldn't want to be restricted, because what you hear tonight, and indeed those of you watching on TikTok and YouTube, what you hear and see, I am producing myself. I am complete creative control of everything that happens tonight, which I wouldn't be on a local radio station or on the BBC. And I think I think what I do has gone beyond that now. I couldn't be on there now. You know, I would find myself with all sorts of restrictions. The last thing anyone wants to do is upset anyone. That really isn't what I'm here to do. And sometimes people aren't going to like what you do, and a few people who I have great respect for, I won't name them. One of them's very famous actually, told me, Chris, you can't please all the people all the time. And also they say, when you realise someone actually doesn't like you, don't bother with them. Don't bother with them anymore. If they're getting on your nerves too much, just get rid of them and you'll be a lot happier. Because you can spend an awful amount of time trying to win people over. Letting things go. Like I said to you right at the beginning of the show, I let things go. When people, when something annoys me, I just let it go, and eventually something will happen, and I think, no, that's the end of that. Nope, and that's it. And usually, and I'm not saying this is the right thing to be, but usually when it's got to that point, and I'll cut them off completely, and that's it. Such as that bloke in the car showroom. You kind of, it's just pointless. You realise that if you kind of try and patch it up again, it's going to happen again down the line somewhere else. So there's just no point. And you can really drive yourself mad trying to win people over sometimes. All right. Now, I'd like to get on to our subject, because we just haven't got onto this subject yet. So just hang around with your messages for a moment, please, my darlings. I'll read these three here. My friend Perf. Is it Perf? Is that short for something? It's like perfect. My friend Perf is trying to educate me on the new A14, and I didn't understand a thing. Kylie keeps screaming at me as well. Relationships, am I right? I'm not quite sure what you're saying there, Adam. Try again. Batsy Bob, can I text like a normal show? Absolutely, yeah. Just text like a normal show. It's not exclusive to TikTokers. TikTokers and YouTube, that is an add-on. This is a radio show. You are number one, Battersea Bob. The people listening on Reach on Air are number one, okay? Everything else is like a bolt-on type thing, so we can do everything in one show. Sorry, Mush, trying to get my head around this. It's just a radio show, same as it is normal Battersea Bob, but you can't see it, and you don't have to be able to see it. I try and make it so it's radio, okay? Do you do other shows other than this one? Yes, Jacob. Every morning, 9 till 10 in the morning. 9 till 10 on the morning is the music and chat. Hi to Kevin Woodruff. Rebel Bert is there. Hello to you. And Heidi Young, I think we said, Paul, sushi is a no-no for me, but they say it's very good for you. Yes, they do, don't they? They really do. They really do. Right, I'm going to play you one more song, my boys and girls, and then we're going to talk about your old school assembly bangers. Have a little think about that. School assembly bangers. What are school assembly bangers? Do you remember singing hymns or songs at school assembly? Do you remember what they were? That's what I want to talk about after this song. All right, my darlings, from the lovely Math.
True, you think it will be over.
close my eyes, you're right here with me.
that, gang. Oh, dear. Mandy Davenport, my daughter, did karate. She became world champion. Wow. And she became the youngest karaoke teacher at the age of 15. Impressive. Doesn't that make you proud, Mandy? When your kids can do something like that. That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Jacob says, would you rather eat more fruits or vegetables? Do you know, I don't know, actually. Don't know, Jacob, but I am vegetarian, as most people here know. And the good news is, Mark Bowles, I'm so sorry, Gary, you won't be getting a job there. Mark Bowles doesn't need any help controlling the hordes of people approaching me for autographs and things. I can take a man in on my own and in one. Thank you very much. Me too, Mark. Thank you, all right? 1 second. Thank you very much, Mark. I don't know what that is, Discord. They're listening on Discord. I've no idea what that is. Okay, school bangers. Who remembers those school assembly bangers? Now, there's 2 reasons I wanted to do this tonight. And we will open the phone line very shortly now, this evening, gang, just in case you want to call in with this one. Bear in mind, there is only one line. First come, first served. If I'm on a call, you will not be able to get through. You'll let it ring and ring and ring and then go to an answer phone. So if you hear someone's on, don't try and call in then, because there's no way of me answering your call and saying, hold on. I know it sounds a bit mad, but there are not banks and banks of operators standing by to take your call. It's me. That's it. All right? So just bear that in mind. But on Sunday, after I finished playing the organ at church, one of the lovely ladies who sings in the choir, she used to be a school headmistress, okay? And actually, I think her son is now a headmaster as well, or is it head of something in a little school in Farnborough, I think it was. Farnborough he is, all right? And she said, do you have access to any of the children's hymns? And I know what she means by that, because there are certain songs and hymns now sung just in schools. Okay? Sometimes if you have a children's mass at a Catholic church, they will kind of come into that. But apart from that, you don't really hear them. And I said to her, no, not really. But I can have a look around. And we got into this discussion. Basically, this lady, she does the children's liturgy, if I can explain. So you've got a mass or a service going on in a Catholic church. He says hello, we sing a hymn, he says hello, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, we do a little bit of a chat, and then shortly after that, all the children go into the hall and they have children's liturgy, which is basically religious stuff that children can understand and learn from, rather than the kind of adult version of that in the main church. And that carries on in there. And then just after the bidding prayers, I think, and that, I can't exactly remember where this goes now. I think it's just after the bidding prayers, the children come back out the hall and they rejoin the congregation. What she was suggested to do was that the kids learn or can practice one of their songs and then come out. And when they come out, they could then sing that as one of the hymns that I play. And I've been pondering this for a couple of days, and I thought, what a blooming good idea. Because believe me, when it comes to singing, there's nothing better than a church full of children singing. Have you ever heard that? You know, if you went to a faith school and you all went to church or even just assembly, you'll know exactly what I mean. Just close your eyes for a moment. And imagine you're back in that school singing one of those school songs, or school hymns. Huh? Remember that beautiful sound of those little young voices? Little boys' voices hadn't broken yet. The little girls' voices, so sweet and gentle. Really, I say sweet and gentle. There's one little girl, she sings at the 10:30. She's got a powerful voice. She's only about 8 years old. She's got such a sweet, lovely voice. She really has. It's so nice. Anyway, so as time went on, I thought, what an excellent idea. And then this morning, I've turned on the telly, right? And it defaulted to BBC One. And I don't watch BBC Breakfast. I find that one of the most depressing programmes ever on the telly. Usually at 7:30 there'll be a politician. And even before they start talking to the politician, you can see the hate in Naga Manchetti's eyes and Charlie State's eyes. And who's that other woman? Who's the other one? She's got a funny nose. What's her name? Can't think of her name now. But you can actually see the hate in their eyes before they start talking to the politician of whatever colour they are. I mean by that, not black or white. I mean red, blue, green, whatever political colour you are. You can. They actually. You can see this politician hasn't really got much of a chance. Okay? Anyway, so I was a bit late getting up this morning. It was about 10 to 8, and I went downstairs and put the telly on. And there's a keyboard, bloke with a keyboard. I thought, let's have a little listen to this. And it turns out that this bloke is a teacher. And he's got a bit of a YouTube channel going. And it's kind of blown up a bit. And he's got this YouTube video, I can't remember the exact title now. Did I write this down? Your favourite school hymns, it was. The top 10 favourite school bangers. The songs that we used to sing at school, possibly while sitting on a dusty old floor in that assembly hall. And you always get the other kids be sitting on benches. They thought there was something special, didn't they? You remember the kids sitting on the benches? All up there, the older ones. And they really thought there was something special, didn't they? And he started playing a few of them. One or two of them I really didn't know. There was a particular one that has stuck in my head from this morning. And I don't know if you knew it. And it's called Who Put the Colours in the Rainbow? Now, I don't think I've ever heard this before. However, he played it on there and the tune has stuck in my head all day. Does anyone else know that one? Who Put the Colours in the Rainbow? Right? I've just found a little YouTube clip here of someone playing it. So let's have a quick listen. The colours in the rainbow. Who put the salt into the sea? Who put the cold into the snowflake? Who made you and me? Who put the hump upon the camel? Who put the neck in the giraffe? Who put the tail upon the monkey? Who made hyenas laugh? And then the tune changes a bit. Does anyone know that one? Who put the colours into the rainbow? And I cannot get that blooming song out of my head today. Anyway, after watching it, just 2 or 3 times, I've sat down on my keyboard and I played it straight away. So I hope to be able to do that one. And I've got some more written down here in front of me. What are your favourite school bangers? The ones you used to sit at school. You can call in now, boys and girls. There is a phone line open. Remember, there's only one phone line. Once someone's on the line, you can't call in. You'll get an answer phone. And if that happens, try again. Wait until the person I'm talking to has finished talking. But if you want to call in now. The number is here.
You can send Chris a text message.
Oh, no, hang on.
right
Sorry,
now
that's the wrong one.
on
We have a jingle for the phone number. If only I can just write. Right, you got pen ready? Here's the phone number.
Call in now. 020-8144-3477.
Okay, that's the phone number if you want to call in. What was your favourite school hymns and songs? Batsy Bob says, just managed to put you into the Google. You not got much hair, have you? No, I haven't, I'm afraid. Not much hair. It went actually really gradually from the age of about 32. Thank you there. Good evening to Mark. Evening to Mark in the HTV television area.
Not so far, Chris. Good evening.
All right, not bad at all here, Mark. Have you got some school? What school did you go to first?
I actually went to 2 secondary schools. One was a first language Welsh school in Bangor called Reardon, which is one of the mountains in Snowdonia. And then the second one, it was in the town that I live in now, Abergele, called Emrys ap Iwan. Now, it probably sounds Welsh, but it wasn't. It was a English medium school, which is quite difficult because everything I was taught had been taught through the medium of Welsh.
Right. All right.
And I moved across, and it took me about a year to suddenly become used to not having to do everything in Welsh and do things in English.
Oh.
The teachers used to hate it because
So
they were like,
is Welsh your first language then?
No, it's just my second language.
Oh, okay.
But I was taught in first language school.
Right. And primary school as well? Where was that?
That was a primary school in the town. I'm not going to say it on here, but it's near to Bangor.
Near Bangor, okay.
Yeah, so the school I went from that little school into a school in Bangor.
Okay.
But also because I had had to go into special needs teaching as well.
I'm thinking these possible hymns and tunes probably more likely primary than secondary school. I would imagine these little tunes and hymns. So what ones do you remember, and can you sing any of them for me on the show tonight? Thank you very much.
I can remember we used to sing. Oh goodness, it's gone. It was there and it's gone.
Oh, was it?
It was a harvest.
Can you do the tune, or just hum it? Maybe we can get it.
No, it was there.
Oh.
I was sitting there listening, and I remember the song, and it's just completely gone. Mine's just gone completely.
Oh
blank.
No, mate!
But it was what was interesting as well is that we also had Welsh songs, so we were Welsh hymns.
Okay,
were sung, Welsh songs.
Right.
So a lot of English primary school hymns had been translated into Welsh.
Right.
So we learned a lot of those.
Okay. You can't think of any now. You've rung in to talk about this, and you can't think of any.
Natalie remembers singing when she was in primary school, "Kumbaya."
All right, put her on. Let's have a verse of that then, please. Thank you very much.
We don't get her.
Perhaps
She doesn't want to sing.
Anyone got a recorder? Perhaps you can play it on there or something. You're on the old recorder. Make a change from Farrah Jacka, wouldn't it? Do 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 do
I played recorder very badly because of my cerebral palsy. I couldn't do it very well. So I even tried to play an ocarina.
The Macarena? Well, it's not very religious, is it, dear? I've just found another pair of glasses. Let me see what these do.
It's me.
Oh, no.
Ocarina is not a Macarena. It's a small winded instrument, and it literally is like a disc.
Yes.
But sort of like a squash ball, but only sort of like a disc shape.
Right.
You used to blow into that, and you had 4 finger holes. Natalie. And
I've just had a good sneeze then. Carry on, Mark. Go on.
And you'd basically be able to play little tunes on it. And I learnt that because it was the only thing I could really learn.
Oh, okay.
Having not being so dexterous in my left hand, it was the only thing I could really play.
Okay.
You wanted a tune from Natalie?
Well, yeah, come on. Wait, come on, sing us the Kumbaya. Did she swear? It's her.
She did.
It's her.
Apologise.
Oh, I don't go along with all this. Oh, just talk to people.
No, you can't sing for your karaoke, mate.
There's no karaoke. Come on, sing us a verse of Kumbaya. There's hundreds of calls waiting to call in here. Hundreds of people waiting to call in. What?
She's going to do it then, quickly.
Kumbaya,
my lord. Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. Oh, I love it. Carry on.
I don't know the other one.
Well, no, you just do it again. Kumbaya.
Kumbaya,
yeah.
my lord. Kumbaya.
Slightly different words. Oh, Lord, Kumbaya. And then there's all those people doing different things. Someone's smiling, Lord. Someone's smiling. Someone's weeping. Someone's lost a quid down the side of the chair.
Kumbaya.
That's it. Have you had a drink tonight, Natalie, by any chance?
What?
Nothing. Sorry.
Yes, I have, actually.
I thought so. You've had a little bottle of wine there, haven't you, my love? You've been nicking the wine from the sacristy. Postwink Carl, I think he does that.
Well, I went to Rotary tonight.
The Rotary Club.
Yeah, there were.
Did they sing hymns there?
No.
Well, I'm failing to see what this has got to do with the conversation then.
I went to school in Sheffield.
Oh, okay. Yeah, across the. Yeah.
It was a special school for visually impaired, I think.
Yes.
And I didn't like it, so I left.
Oh.
So yeah, and I went to college in Harrogate. And
home of the
Mark
Eurovision Song Contest was done there at the Harrogate Centre. Yes, with the lovely Jan Leeming.
I went to college in Enshores. I went to college there.
How interesting, yeah. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, for visually impaired people.
Okay.
And that was fantastic as well.
All right then, darling. Well, thanks for calling in, you two,
darling.
this evening.
Hey, Chris, love you.
Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.
There we are, Natalie calling in. A line has become free. Who's going to call in?
Call in now. 020-8144-3477.
Itzy Yo Boy Joey is there. Hello, Itzy. Welcome along to the show. Good evening, Vera, from Vera's Choice in the morning. All right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Perhaps we should play your jingle as you're on. Just a moment, thank you.
Vera's Choice in the morning. Reach on air.
Thank you, Vera. Thank you, Vera. We've got people sending in messages as well about these hymns. Kevin Woodruff remembers all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. Excuse me, I just burped then. Did you hear that?
Oh, yes, I heard
how
that.
awful. That was like a Ross
unprofessional.
Patzelt moment there, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
A Ross Patzelt moment there.
Belching moment.
I'm just scrolling down here trying to pick out a few more tunes. Gary Ross wants to know, are there any hip-hop versions?
We didn't do hip-hop at school. There might be ones, but not at the time I went to school, no.
Wow. Rebel Bert went to a gospel church. By Jove, they can sing and do cartwheels in there. I was waiting for Kenny Everett to come in with the big hands. Thank you. Evening, Johnny Floodgate. Hello to you, sir. First song in our school assembly was Morning Has Broken, Mick Davenport. Morning has broken like the first morning. We actually finished with that one on Sunday at 8:30 Mass there. Thank you very much there. Any other songs been calling there? Bum, bum, bum. Let's have a quick look there. That's all the hymns that we've got through so far. So people sent a load of things on Facebook as well there. But what have you got for us, Vera?
Well, my favourite hymn was "Oh Jesus, I Have Promised."
Oh, don't know that. Go on.
You want me to sing it?
Of course I want you to sing it, dear. What do you think you are, a holiday camp, love? It's like karaoke without the drink and without the miserable people moaning. So carry on.
Well, I don't drink alcohol. So there you have it.
Perhaps you should take it up.
Okay,
You
here
might
we
be
go.
happier. Sorry?
I'm going to sing it. Give me a second.
Good.
Oh, Jesus, I have promised to serve this to the end. Be thou forever near me, my master and my friend. I shall not fear the battle if thou art by my side. No wander from the pathway if thou wilt be my guide.
Gosh, I wondered how high that was going to go then, Vera.
Well, it does go high.
But
It's
once
very
again, you
upbeat
carried it
and-
off. You know, you sang so well down that phone then. And who knows, one day you may be able to sing just as well in real life.
I wish I could.
But you can. Act like you know. Now, Mark Bowles hasn't quite got the idea here. Now, Mark Bowles has come up with these songs that they used to do at school.
Right.
Return of the Mac. Let's Dance. Nope.
No.
Yesterday Once More.
No.
Living Dull.
No.
Surely you didn't do those at school assemblies.
No.
Eh?
Definitely not. I think...
Not a clue.
I'd say if she wasn't really a music teacher, because we didn't have music lessons at that age, between the age of 4 and 10, there was no music lesson.
Yeah,
so I think the lady who played the piano was very limited to what she could play. And a lot of the hymns that we sang was sort of very repetitive. It kept repeated every day of the week.
Oh, well, that's a little bit like me, that is. You see, because I can't read music, I have to know the hymn before I play it. I have to have it in my head. So that's a bit like me, that is.
Well, that's not. No, I wouldn't put that against you. No, I wouldn't hold that against you.
But what about the rainbow one? No one seems to know that one.
No,
Who put the colours in the
Never heard it
rainbow?
before.
I love it, eh?
I mean, the most popular ones, obviously, that you've mentioned was Morning Has Broken.
Yeah.
And then you've got All Things Bright and Beautiful. Everyone has done that.
Oh, yes.
Another one, Lord of the Dance.
Oh, carry on.
The Lord's My Shepherd.
Right.
Obviously, we used to sing the Lord Prayer.
See, that Lord's My Shepherd, now that would be my old school, because back in the 70s when I was at school, we didn't really have the, may I use the term, happy clappy hymns? Does that sound about right? Yeah, sort of modern.
I'm only 2 years older than you, so I mean, to get a happy clappy song was like, oh, hello. Who's playing the piano today?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We were kind of praise my soul, the King of Heaven, hail Redeemer, King Divine, the Lord's my shepherd. Yeah. We didn't really have these happy glimpses. Now, our Mark Bowles is on the right lines. Now, he's got the whole world in his hands. Let's do it. After 3. 1, 2, 3. He's got the whole, world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Oh, you must have gone to one of those churches with the tambourines. Is it? Oh, dear.
Salvation Army with the tambourines. Thank you very much.
And, of course, Lord of the Dance. Did you want to do that one as well?
No, I'm going to leave that for someone else, like maybe yourself, to do.
I danced in the morning when the world was began, and I danced with you and the stars and the sun. I came down from heaven and I saw the earth. At Bethlehem I had my birth. Dance then, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I lead you all wherever you may be, and I lead you all in a dance, says me. Who did that? And Michael Flatley did that as one as well, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
The Irish dancer. Did something happen to his legs? Do I remember that rightly, or he couldn't move?
Possibly his legs stopped moving. I don't know.
I can't remember now. I don't know if they stopped moving. I wish some people's mouths would stop moving sometimes, to be honest. But there we are.
And the last one coming from me is all creatures of our God and King.
Oh yeah, that was a 19. That was an older one.
That was a powerful one.
Go on, do it. Oh, hang on a minute. I might have. Hang on a minute. Have I got me doing that? I might have me doing that one. I don't know.
I think you have played that.
Well, I've got a few that I've sort of uploaded to my religious music and hymns channel on YouTube. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that now, actually. No, I mean, they're I think they're mainly old school ones that I've got there. You know, the sort of ones that you and I did at school. But, those happy clappy ones are really the sort of modern things that are the ones that I'm kind of talking about. You know.
Yeah, but do you remember the hymn book? Mind you, you went to a different school than I did. I went to all Christian school, whereas you went to a Catholic school.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they had the same hymn book throughout all the schools in the UK. I think it might have been a sort of a green hardback covered book. I mean, you were lucky enough to get a cover on a hymn book. You were blessed. But half the time we didn't.
The one we had, or the one we use now is Laudate. That's green. The one we had at church was a little blue one called the Parish Hymn Book.
But you don't remember the one that you had at school?
No, I can't remember that one. Can't remember. I've got Morning Has Broken.
Yeah. That was well before Cat Stevens started doing it.
Oh, yes, yeah. I've got that. Hang on, let me play this for you then. If I can, that is. So this is me playing it a couple of years ago at a church. Here it is. There's the intro. Not yet, not yet. Are you ready? You ready, Vera? Here we go. Morning has broken like a first... I've got the choir singing as well here. Listen. Yeah. You remember this one, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's a very memorable one. Yeah. And do you actually sort of remember being in that school hall, like on that dusty old floor? And
listen,
yeah,
I have nightmares about that.
Do you
I
really?
sent you
Why?
an email about it, but then I'm going to tell you anyway. I started school at a very early age of 4, not 5, so I was one of the younger ones at school.
Yeah.
And I waited 4 years because when you're at the age of 4 up to 7, I think it is, which is the infants upwards.
Yes.
We had to sit on the floor, and only the 4th years were allowed to sit on those benches.
Those benches, yeah, that's right.
So 4th years only, which was 10 to 11-year-olds, were allowed to sit on benches where everyone else sat on the dirty, dusty, sunny,
I'm trying to think.
floor.
I'm trying to think at our primary school. I went to the Sacred Heart in Roehampton. And actually, there's someone on here now who went to the same school and I think was in the same year as me. Carmel Ridgely is there, who says that brings me back to St. Joseph's doing those. Hello, Carmel. So she was in the school with me. I'm trying to think if anyone had benches or we sat in the floor. I think we stood. Hang on, let me just try and rewind. No, I think we were sitting on the floor. And there was a lady playing, the nun playing the piano. That was Sister Hanny. She's quite old. And the headmistress was first Mrs. Murphy, and then she retired and became a nun. Sister Frances, who was all right. Yeah. Yeah, gosh.
But saying that, I mean, like I said, it was the age of 4 to 7, and I waited all those years to be in the 4th year. I couldn't wait to get to be in the 4th year so that I can sit on this bench. Anyway, finally, 10 years old, I'm now in the 4th year of this school, which meant I get to sit on the bench like everyone else, whereas everyone else sits on the floor.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks in being in the 4th year, everything was hunky-dory, coming into the assembly hall, which is also the gym hall as well.
Yes.
Sitting on this bench. The 3rd week, I went into the assembly hall and I thought, hold on a second, why are all these benches out? They know how to kill a child's dream. I mean, I was dreaming about that moment all my life, to be in a 4th year to sit on the bench, and then now everyone's sitting on benches. So why? I just couldn't believe it. I said, why would they do that to a child?
Unlucky, girl.
The only thing. Yes, it was unlucky. It was just awful, absolutely awful.
Did you have anyone playing instruments at all or anything like that?
Not in assembly. I mean, in assembly we obviously sang the hymns, and then you had whoever wanted to read passages from the Bible. I never volunteered myself for that, never.
Right.
But there were ones that were willing to do that and read from the Bible, passages from the Bible. Or say the Lord's Prayer, and we all said it as well, or sang it. But
fair enough.
Apart from that, and then we went back to our classes, and then later on that same day we went in the same hall for our gym lesson.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why it was very dirty and dusty in
We
that room.
certainly in the secondary school we didn't go in and I don't think there was an apparatus on that wall. Certainly not in the Sacred Heart in the primary school. And in the secondary school, London Oratory, the PE room was a different room. We didn't use the same hall. Jacob, are you still with us? I'm going to give you the number, Jacob. So tell me you're there, and I'll give you the number again, okay? Yeah. It's 020-8144-3477. Just a reminder, gang, if I'm on the phone and you try and call in while I'm on the phone, I cannot take your call, okay, until the call-in person has finished, all right? So, Jacob, are you still there? And I'll give you the number. Ross says we all used to sing Right Said Fred by Bernard Cribbins at school. Oh, yeah. See, because you have to remember, they were not all faith schools, so not everyone did hymns. But I think most schools at assembly did some sort of song, whether it was a hymn or something else. So if there's something else other than hymns that you used to do at school, then do say. Okay, do say. Darren liked Lord of the Dance, which we just did a moment ago, but I didn't go to assembly. I hate crowds. I was round the back smoking.
That sounds about right.
Natalie used to do Away in a Manger when it was at Christmas time, which is nice. Heidi says it's like being back at boarding school. Hated morning singing. It was like pulling teeth in the dance, said me. Pulling teeth in the dance. I like pulling teeth in the dance, said me.
But let me just say one more thing before I go. So that during the school years of the infant junior school, after I went to the junior high school, which was from 10 to 13 years old, they didn't do any more assembly singing. That was it.
Right.
It stopped. I don't know what happened.
Right.
And then obviously the senior high school assembly, trying to get us to be in the assembly hall was a miracle in itself.
Was it?
Yeah, because we're older now. We didn't have to. If we didn't want to go in there, we didn't go in there. Simple as that. They tried, but they failed. But I'm really surprised I'm shocked that it didn't carry on through my school years. It stopped at infant, junior, and I don't know why.
Oh, did it?
I don't know if the schools are still doing it now.
I think it depends on the school. Certainly, Christine's son, I think it is ahead, and they still do it there. Charlie just is enjoying the singing tonight. Do you do hymns at school, Charlie, or what? What do you do? What do you do? Because Charlie's still at school. He's 13. And
because I imagine that the schools now have got so many different religions, so they have to be careful.
Well, yes and no.
I don't know if they sing songs at all. I'm not sure.
Well, I brought this up as a conversation with the chap who's ahead. I think he's ahead, and I said, "You're a Catholic school, yeah." I said, "So do you accept other faiths?" Yes, we do, but they have to buy into the ethos of the school. So we do this, you have to turn up and do this. So that's how it works here in a faith school. But of course, they're not all faith schools. So I just wondered, Charlie, what do you sing at school? What is it you sing at the school assembly? Stu's there in Germany. Our head at secondary school made all sing and did those feet in ancient times. Jerusalem, of course. And did those feet in ancient times. Thank you, Vera, darling.
Okay.
See you tomorrow morning, my love. Ta-da, my love.
Yeah, take it. Bye.
All right, school bangers we're talking about tonight. Do you have any that you want to tell me about? Thanks so much to Mark in Welsh Wales. He sent me 15 hymns from Scottish School Assembly. How many do you remember? Don't forget, you can call in. The phone number's 020 8144 3477, all right?
Call in now, 020-8144-3477.
And Roy Brownslow's on the line. Good evening, Roy.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
All right. What school bangers have you got for us?
Well, I've got a bit of factual information for you.
Yes.
The oldest known hymn was from the 1400s, and it was known as the, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, Hurrian hymn, Hurrian.
All right.
Number 6, and it was actually found. It was discovered in the 1950s in Syria, written on some clay slates.
Clay tablets. Yes, I'm just looking on Wikipedia now. Oh, blimey, I don't think we'll be able to sing that one. It's all in funny squiggles. It's in little squiggles like going to China or somewhere like that, isn't it?
Do you know what the most heard thing was when I was in assembly?
Go on.
Brownlow, get to my office.
Right.
And I had to go and put my hand out and have some stick.
Did you sing hymns at school or songs of any sort?
Yeah. The only one I thought of, obviously everyone remembers the Lord's Prayer because everyone does that.
What, you used to sing that one, did you?
Yeah, we used to sing the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah, there were various different tunes along with that one. Do you remember the one you used to do or not?
Our Father, who art in heaven. That's my best singing voice, Chris.
Right. Okay. What else?
We Plough the Fields and Scatter. I remember that one.
Yeah. That was a nice one, wasn't it?
Yeah, We Plough the Fields and Scatter. I don't think we sang a lot of. It was a bit of an open school. We didn't sing a lot of hymns. To be truthful, at school. There used to be one at the beginning and one at the end.
Yeah,
if I remember
okay.
right.
Yeah,
there always used to be one. Yeah, one at the beginning and one at the end. And the teachers always used to be looking at it, making sure you were singing.
What happens if you didn't? Did you get the cane?
Well, they come and badger him, sing boy.
Sing boy. Yeah, we used to get the cane if we didn't behave. We got the cane in a secondary school, not in a primary school. Not in a primary school.
We had the cane. When sorry, mate. Let me just come off that.
Right.
I brought you. We had the cane. I had a few of the cane. My brother actually had a public thrashing.
Oh, right.
That's 6 of the cane in front of an old assembly. A group of them let a stink bob off in assembly. My brother, I don't know if he did it, but he was dragged into the crowd that was associated with it. And they had 6 of the cane, 3 on each hand, in front of the old assembly.
Very painful, very painful. So no more songs to tell us about then?
No, I can't.
No.
It's hard to think back that far, Chris. I mean, it's like it's not like you. It's only yesterday for you.
Well, that's it. You see, I'm forever youthful. Very good brain. I remember everything that happened. I remember everyone that's wronged me. I remember everyone that's upset me. Don't worry about that, my friend. And you're not one of them, I'm pleased to say.
No, Chris. Mate. I think we've known each other too long for me to want to offend you, mate.
No. At least 3 years.
Yeah, so I've stalked you for too long.
Yeah, I've been stalked by a lot of people over the years. I just pull the plug out of the phone now.
Yeah.
I have had that, I had that a few times. Oh, yes. Frightening. Anyway, we'll stick to the old school hymns today. Thank you very much, Roy.
All right, mate.
Have a nice evening. Bye now. Anyone else want to call in about those school hymns today or songs you used to sing at school? Let us know. Charlie says he's in secondary school now. I can't remember the name of the school, actually, that he goes... Actually, no, don't tell anyone. It's probably not a good idea to read out a child's school name on here. But he goes to secondary school. We don't sing songs. There's all sort of different religions there. But do you not sing anything at all instead of hymns? I just imagine that, a school that's got an assembly is at some point going to have some sort of musical thing going on there. I can't believe there is no music at all. I mean, what happens at an assembly in a school that isn't a faith school? What do you do at assembly? I don't know. I've never been to one. We would go in, do prayers, do a couple of hymns, few announcements, tell a few people off, go to our lessons. That was about it. Hello to Tommy Hanlon. Good evening, Tommy. Welcome to the show there. Heidi likes Lily the Pink. Mandy used to sing that in school. You're not the only one, Mandy. Someone else mentioned that. Someone else mentioned Lily the Pig. I tell you who's gone very quiet. Posh Twink Carl. He must have gone because I thought he would be joining in on this tonight. Very surprised Posh Twink Carl's is there. Mick had the cane at school across the hand. Now I get the whip. Yeah, and so you deserve it as well. After running down our lovely Mandy. Very popular on this channel. No music at all, Charlie has. Wow. Well, that has surprised me. I would have thought you'd have sung something, whether it be a song or something. They don't do any music at all there. That's surprising, isn't it? Anyway, Mark, let's give the phone number out. A line has become available. You'll have to be quick, though, because we've only got about 12 minutes left now, OK? Here's the number.
Call in now, 020-8144-3477.
And there's an article with a Daily Record that Mark has kindly sent in. Thank you, Mark. You see, George Bond has just sent a message. Right, now you remember, Gary Ross, are you still with us at the moment? Right, do you remember the message a few weeks ago? Like, we're in the middle of a show, And he sent a message, I can use a strimmer. Today's message is, I am single now. I mean, sorry, what has that got to do with anything we've been talking about tonight, George? The fact that you're single now. Hello, I'm single now. Don't want to be, but I've been waiting for years now. It's got to be about 3 or 4 years now for Mark Bowles to ask me on a date. Nothing happens. Don't have to tell his ex-wife or any of his exes. It can be a secret. You know, God knows I've kept so many secrets over the years from people. Anyway, the Daily... the Daily Record. I know he's not there, is he now, Vera? He's gone. I've got a good mind to ring him up, actually, and ask where he's disappeared to. Right. So the Daily Record, it says, who remembers the mornings, or indeed afternoons, spent in the school gym hall or sitting cross-legged learning the latest hymns? I mean, it's just, I can smell it as well, can you? You sit there, close your eyes a moment. Can you smell your old school? I bet you can. Go on, take a breath in, close your eyes, and I can smell my school hall. Thank you, Vera, for the finger heart, and Roy for the rose, and Charles for his TikToks. And here are some of the hymns. It says, it might have been 10, 20 or 30 years since you was last at school. Now, just a moment. 18, 28, 38, 48. No, 43 years for me since I was at school. But I bet you still know the hymns. I certainly do. Vera says she could smell all the old teachers. Actually, I don't think... Oh, the music teacher, Mr. Ferguson, lovely man. Of course, most of them no longer with us, I don't think. Mr. Ferguson was a lovely man, but he stunk of pipe because he used to smoke this pipe. And he'd disappear into his little room in the music room. As soon as you opened the door, you could smell the pipe. He'd disappear in a few puffs of his pipe, and then the door would open and the smoke would pour out into the classroom from his pipe. He used to smell of pipe. Not unpleasant, but we didn't really have any smelly teachers, to be honest. Sue says, I had a horror memories of primary school when a class played their recorders in assembly. Oh, that was bad, weren't it? Oh, that was awful. Those recorders we all used to play at school. They were dreadful, weren't they? Absolutely dreadful. I think Jacob's gone, Mark, actually. Was he one of your friends, Jacob? I think he's disappeared now. Yeah, okay. So it says it might have been several years since we've been at school. Singing hymns today is still popular in many of the Scottish primary schools. There's no need for a projector. Sitting cross-legged on the floor while you read this is optional. So here come the list in the Scottish Daily Record. He's got the whole world in his hands. Come on, you must know that. You don't even have to be religious to know any of these. You really don't. He's got the whole world in his hands. Come on, you know it. And another one, give me oil in my lamp. Give me oil in my lamp, keep me praising. You might not know it as that. I bet you know it as sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. You remember that one? Poor Vera couldn't get a recorder at school. She ended up with the triangle. Oh, you must have been really crap at music, Vera. The one that was crap at music always ended up with the recorder. With the triangle. Ding! I've got a triangle, as you well know, for my karaoke nights. Colours of Day, you know that one? Colours of day dawn into my life. The sun will go out. Da 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 da. Says another song which might not be instantly recognisable but from its title, but by the time the chorus kicks in, so light up the fire and let the flame burn. Open your door, let Jesus return. You remember that, don't you? Of course you do. Colours of Day. What about Shine, Jesus, Shine? Now, great niece Evie loves that one. Shine, Jesus, shine, la da da, da 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 da. Weird City's got it, Andrew's got it. Sing Hosanna. Sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Anyone else? Last time chance to call in. Anyone else who wants to? 020 8144 3477. Mandy says she remembers one of her teachers smelling of fisherman friends. She smelt of them and the whole classroom was smell of them as well. God. Oh, gosh. No, you don't want to know about the stalker's hide. You haven't got any anymore. It's years ago now. When I was younger, there was a couple kept turning up at places I worked at. Dear me. Mandy says she remembered breaking a teacher's nose with a blackboard rubber once, Rebel. Let's say you just never threw it at me. And, you know, I'm not surprised at that, Mandy. You don't muck around with Mandy. You know, and actual, no disrespect to you, Mark Bowles, but it's a bit of a toss-up whether you're going to be my bouncer or Mandy Davenport. You know, I think she'd be a little more vicious towards them. Oh, gosh. What else have we got on this list here? Kumbaya, of course, we've done that one earlier. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. All things bright and beautiful. Hello, Chloe. Chloe's in the house. Good evening, Chloe. That one. What about I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Listen to your heart. That's just a song. That's not really him. That's it. Red and yellow and green and blue, purple and orange and... Oh. I wonder what the next... Green? No. I wonder what the next one was. I don't know. Morning Has Broken. I played that for you earlier. Sing It in the Valleys. Don't know that one. Sing it in the valleys. Our God reigns. Yeah. Our God reigns. Our God reigns. Come on. School assembly bangers. The bloke who was on the telly this morning is Ian James. I think maybe if you type in Ian James school hymns, that may come up on the... or was it James B. Partridge? Hang on, let me look him up for you. Just in case you want to have a look at this bloke, because he's got his own channel. James B. Partridge. Let's try that. There he is. James B. Partridge. Okay. YouTube channel, James B. Partridge. Exactly as it is. Spaces in between each. James space B space Partridge. He's the one who's got the top 20 primary school assembly bangers up online. He plays them on the piano and sings them for you as well. 139,000 views. I mean, I can only ever dream of getting to such huge numbers. We're lucky to get a couple of hundred watch this, but there we are. You know, and there's so do have a look at that because it's great and it just brings back all these memories. Bind us together. What about that? Bind us together, Lord, bind us together, Lord, bind us together with hope. Good night. Good night, Mark. Love you. Love you too. Love you too. Did you hear him? Love you. Hello to Claire. Evening, Claire. Welcome to the show. We're nearly finished now, actually. Yeah, it's nearly time to go. Thanks ever so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed that tonight. I've enjoyed that so much. We like memories, don't we? Memories like the corners of your mind. Okay? Yeah. Coming up next on Reach on Air is the Mr. DJ Dave Squires, and I'm sure he'll be singing one or two songs for you as well. All right, my darlings. Thank you, YouTubers. I'll see you again very, very soon. Here on...